hoping that this has worked. For some reason, my stream kept cutting out while I was trying to get it to work. I know that seems to be a running occurrence with my streams and my videos, but I am trying. Really, I am. I'm just going to quickly double check to see if the audio has worked and that I am actually live. Oh, forgot to put do not disturb on. Where is do not disturb? There we go. Right, so one of the issues I had last time was a bit of issue with yeah, there we go. That's actually working quite well. I've got chat up on my phone that I have underneath my camera. So I tried to record a video the other day that talked about my plans to go to Japan and explore Tokyo and Kyoto for a couple of days, but there was an issue with the audio, so I couldn't upload it, so it just crackled and just cut out. So I have disabled Bluetooth because the unit that I'm using, the microphone unit, is a wired unit, so it shouldn't really need Bluetooth. So basically in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about what I've done to prepare for Japan and what my plans are for Japan. I did start doing a massive itinerary for what I wanted to do while I was out there, but it rapidly became a realization that there was so much that I wanted to do out there that I could not do it in the 8 days that I'm out there. So I've kind of scrapped that plan, and I'm just going to be live streaming as I'm walking around, as and where I can, and I'm going to be just basically exploring the areas in which I'll be staying. So one of the things the first thing I did was when I decided I wanted to go to Japan was I got really stressed because I started doing all the research and looking into hotels, looking into flights, and flights were coming back at $2,000 a piece. The hotels were coming back at $2,000 a piece, and it was starting to get to be around about $4, $5, $6,000. And in today's climate, you can't really save that much with life going on around you. So it kind of demoralized me a bit. So I gave up for a while. And last year, I was told to go and check to see how much it cost to book it, and the mother-in-law would make up the difference as a bit of a loan and Christmas and birthday gifts. So I went to TUI, and the 9-day stay came back at just over $2,000. And when I went a little bit further into it, that included the rail pass for 14 days. Now, seeing as I'm not there for 14 days, I didn't really want to spend 500 quid. So I did a quick look about online to see what the rail fares were like to get from Tokyo to Kyoto, and they seemed quite reasonable. I think it was something like £75 one way, and seeing as I'd have to go 2 ways, about quick math, 150 quid to get from Tokyo to Kyoto, Kyoto to Tokyo. So I've just done that. I because I want to walk as much as I can while I'm out there so that I can see as much as I can. If there's anywhere recommended that is by train, then I'm going to go by train to get there and try and experience Japanese rush hour. Now, my trip is a little over 2 months away. So I got 62 days until my trip. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I have been abroad before. I've been abroad once before, and that lasted for 3 months. I was out in Taiwan for 3 months, and frustrating thing was that Taipei, where I spent about a week, was around about 150 miles away from the southernmost island of Japan. So I was that close that I could taste it. And they had some of their some of their buildings were there. You could get a feel for some of the residual Japanese culture, and it just kind of reinforced my desire to actually visit the country at least once in my life. And all of the stuff that I borrowed, all of the stuff that I had when I went to Taiwan, I had borrowed. Obviously not my clothes, but all of the cases and whatnot were borrowed. So this time around, I have several cases which I have acquired, and they're not brand new. And it's just essentially what I want to do in this video or stream, depending on when you watch it. If you're watching it live or stream, if you're watching it afterwards video, is just kind of highlight that if you want to go to Japan, a week be about 1,500 quid. 2 weeks, probably not that much more. If I can get a breakdown, I'll upload a video that covers a breakdown of what has been spent and where, and how much the flights are, how much the accommodation is. So the first thing I want to talk about is I have acquired tags for my bags. These cost me, I think it was 10 quid off Amazon. And I've got this one, which is a medical device tag, which again cost me 10 quid. And they are going on my cases. If you bear with me 2 seconds. Just got to put the light on. There we go. That's a lot better. Right. So that's better. I can actually see where I'm reaching now, and you can see my ugly mug. So one of the things that I like about TUI is they give you the countdown and an itinerary to work through to make sure that you're ready. What I would like to do is just kind of highlight things that you can do for not very much. So, for example, I only have backpacks for myself. I've had to go out and buy cases, and you go into places like Pound Stretchers. They have good cases for short journeys, but for longer journeys you want ones which are a little bit more sturdy, and they're 30 quid brand new. You want to go high quality, they are going to go into a couple of hundreds of pounds. So one of the things that I've got is this. It's a small case which I'm going to be using to house my CPAP machine in, as I have a breathing condition when I am asleep. It's got plenty of space inside, and space for the cables, the filters, and everything. I'm also going to put my medication in there, so when I get the case searched at Birmingham International, all of my medication, all of my medical stuff will be in one place. The other case that I have, so that first one I got for £5 from a charity shop. This one I got for a £5 from a charity shop, which is a backpack on wheels, which is perfect. Oh, that actually has a built-in tag for it. Let's have a look. Oh, my phone! One of my phones just went to bed. Ding. Huh. Ah, okay. Yeah, so that's got a nice one. This one, well, like my small case, which I just showed you, will be going with me as my carry-on luggage. So, from what I understand, I've got 5 kilos for the medical, 12 kilos for carry-on and an accessory. So I could take my messenger bag as an accessory, but both need to weigh 12 kilo. Well, both need to weigh a combined 12 kilos. If I decide to use this as a carry-on instead, which again I acquired for £5, and it's still in very good condition, again from a charity shop, then that would need to weigh 12 kilos combined with my accessory bag. Now, depending on how much stuff I plan on taking, because I haven't planned that far ahead yet, I have a larger case, which again I acquired for £5 from a charity shop. So I think the thing that the point I'm trying to make is, if you do not have the stuff to go on holiday and you don't want to be spending an arm and a leg, because I don't know how frequently I'll be going on holiday, so spending £5 from 5, 10, 20 quid for 4 cases, some of which I may not use, is worth it. Because I've been looking at things to take with me, because one of my plans is that I would absolutely love to take photos while I'm out there and do some IRL streams. To that end, I have bought this brand new. It's a selfie stick, which can be used for filming, and it's got a removable remote control. So even if you just want to set it up a ways away, you can still snap that perfect picture. This cost me £17 from Amazon, and it's well worth the money, because it's sturdy. It's the only thing that I would change is the grip is very smooth. So one of the things, I was recording a walking video today, and as I was walking back towards my car, got close to the car, and then all of a sudden it rotated, because there's no, I'd say, rather than having a smooth finish, a matted finish would probably be a lot better for that. So I'm going to be looking into some matte stick-ons for it, so I can actually use it properly. My latest purchase for the journey is laundry bag, which I got from the range for £2, because when I was in Taiwan, one of the biggest things that I had difficulty was when I was moving from hotel to hotel, you just pack it all back in. Didn't really have carrier bags to separate it all out, so it just went all straight back in the suitcase, and then you get some funny looks off people when you're pulling your boxes out and sniffing them to see if they're still fresh. The other thing which I have invested in is 2 padlocks. Now, I have realised that if I take 3 cases, I will need 3 padlocks. I only have 2, so I'll probably have to buy a third. And these are combination locks, which I don't always recommend. And it looks like there's a way to change a combination, but they haven't provided the key for it. So yeah, so I'm going to, because I think one of the main costs that I was finding was I was looking for direct flights to Japan. So going from London Heathrow all the way to Narita in Tokyo, and that can frequently be the biggest cost, because you've also got to get to Heathrow. It's also a high volume airport and it's a direct flight, so they always charge more. So when I went into TUI, I said that I would like to depart from Birmingham International, as I mentioned, and excuse me, and that's taking me from Birmingham International into Europe. So I'll be stopping over in Amsterdam for a couple of hours before moving on to Narita. The flight itself is approximately 20 hours. So I get in at around 10 a.m. and then head into my hotel. Need to double check what check-in time is, because it might be in the afternoon, so I'd have to double check to see if they would allow me to drop off my luggage. Then I could go explore. But yeah, I got that coming up. I'm really looking forward to it. One of the things which I mentioned in the video I've had to streaming instead of uploading was one of the apps I'm using is Wise. That is a cheap bank card similar to Monzo, so you transfer money in and you can have accounts in different currencies. So I've got one in Japanese and I've got one in Euro. So I've got yen and Euro, Hong Kong dollar. So I've got all my bases covered if I ended up having to be diverted to Hong Kong for some reason. It's an app which I would very strongly recommend to anyone looking to visit abroad, as they have a safety feature in it, so that if you say you go to Japan, you've got 5,000 yen for your trip to Japan, and then you've got 5,000 euros, but you run out of yen on your card, because you only get issued with one card for all these accounts that you have on the app. It will start taking it, it'll do an auto conversion for the yen and just take that value of euro as payment. Yeah, I've bought myself a scale so I can measure everything, just double check and see if there's anything within reach. Yeah, so one of the things which I really wanted to take, but I'm questioning whether or not I should, is this camera. Here we go. Oh, that's turned on. Because as I've mentioned, I want to take some photos, upload them to Insta, and then do some videos. But I believe this case itself, with everything in it, is approximately 6 to 8 kilos. So is my desire for that quality of picture so overriding that I want to sacrifice taking other stuff or bringing stuff back? Or do I just stick with my phone, take a charger, and just try and get through with it? Because I do want to take a laptop so that I can phone home and do some live streams and from a hotel room and do some video editing, because I do have Filmora Wondershare on tablet and on my laptop, but I find it so much easier editing from a laptop. The other thing which I have purchased, which cost me another 15 quid, and it has proven invaluable even in the UK, is a battery charger. So you plug it into the mains, it charges up. If you have a power cut, you just unfold it and it turns into a solar panel. So I'm going to be using that while I'm out and about in Tokyo and Kyoto. If anyone tuning in has recommendations for what I should do or what I could do while I'm out in Japan, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments below the video, because I leave all my streams up on my channel so people can watch through them. So yeah, that's my plan, or that's my preparation that I've done so far. I do know a few phrases in Japanese. Sadly, it won't be enough to get me through a lot of Japan without resorting to back to English. But I'm hoping that, because when I was at uni, I did do a Japanese language course, which I instantly passed. So the beginner's level. So I have a beginner's knowledge of Japanese, and I'm hoping that I will thrive when push comes to shove and I'm thrown into a situation where Japanese is a requirement. Because, as I've mentioned before, I have stayed in Taiwan. I was an English teacher while I was in Taiwan, and I found Chinese to be really hard to speak. One of the local business owners realized that I had a better understanding of Japanese, and bless him, asked his daughter to come over from Japan to help during for a couple of days, so that they could build an understanding. And I actually wound up speaking more Japanese than Chinese while I was there. And I still remember the restaurant that I'd go to for the school provided dinners. I'd walk in and the owner would be like, "Noodle mian, noodle mian." I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but that was beef noodle soup, and I absolutely loved it. I loved how they made it. I even ate all the veggies, and I'm not a veggie person. And it's a dish that I would really love to find again when I'm out there. I'd love to try authentic katsu curry as well while I'm out there, because you can buy it in the UK. You can get it from a Japanese restaurant in the UK, but they are, from my understanding, if you go, because I'd love to go out to a rural restaurant that sources local food and just try it that way. But it's also a part that it's just like, I want to try it as when it's made in Japan, actually made in Japan. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Oh yeah, I forgot the most important thing that I bought. because it's also been turned into my main wallet. A passport holder. There you go. Holds 4 cards. This is the Wise card I was talking about. It also has an app which will allow you to see how much money you have in your base currency. Talking about that quite a bit. I'm also sat here watching the timer go down. 62 hours, 13 minutes, 50 minutes and 1 second. It's just ticking down. One of the big things that I've bought, well, I say I'm over exaggerating a bit. One of the more important things that I've bought is a fold out map of the country of Japan. What I would love to do is to get that nicely framed and put up on my wall so I can mark off where I visited within Tokyo. If when I'm out in Tokyo I can find a city map, get one of those, frame it, and then I can mark out where I've been on that. And same for Kyoto or anywhere else that I visit, because I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to stay, because I've got 3 nights in Tokyo, 2 nights in Kyoto, then 1 final night in Tokyo. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be spending the days in those cities, because I might venture out a bit more. And my brain's really running rampant at the moment. Can't really think straight. So yeah, I might have a look at places that I might be able to get to via the bullet train and standard rail fares, and just see about exploring further afield, because I would love to visit grassroots areas, but it's also all about getting back in time to go to bed. So I do know that some hotels, I'm really hoping that it's all hotels, offer a luggage delivery service. So if I end up taking 4 bags, I can say, right, this is my backpack which I'm taking with me. Could you please deliver all of my bags to my new hotel, and they will be waiting in my room for when I get there. So touch wood that I can make use of that. Still need to do a bit more saving for the trip, as I've currently got around about let's have a look. Biometrics. Oh, I got £718 saved. Which is 138,700 yen. Which in the UK would make me very rich if that was pound for yen. But yeah, that's the preparation I've done so far. The only drawback that I have with this one is there's still a padlock on this one from the previous owner, so I'm probably going to have to find some way of just prying it off without actually breaking the zip. But yeah, I'm going to be taking my main phone and the phone I'm currently streaming on, so that I can get just basically chronicle my journey. Because if I do find that I get on with the climate out there, one thing I would love to do is to go on a sort of camping / walking holiday. So set a start point and a finish point, and just look at campsites around the route that I'd like to take, and just aim for that one. Aim for a campsite each night, pay the fares for staying there, and then just move on. Either that or renting a K-car camper van, so that's a mini camper, and then just drive around. But as someone I used to work with has recommended, don't drive in Japan, because they update their maps before their roads. Because he was driving towards Tokyo, waiting to turn off on an island which was on a map, but they hadn't built it yet. So he ended up driving through the centre of Tokyo, which he has said is the worst experience of his life. So, yeah, might take a rain check on driving in Japan. But another thing which I would love to do is to save up and buy in a Kia and then just fix it up, possibly do a series where I show the renovation work. So that's an idea that I've had, but I've talked your ears off enough already. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will be doing another stream, not today, but closer to my departure date, where I try packing my luggage to see what the weights are and whether or not I need all 4 cases. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for stopping by. I will see you in my next stream. Goodbye.